As you can see, got my type 2 coolant here. Aside from this massive like mud hole, you guys can see I took this thing out last night, got caught in some rain, and this thing is literally so dirty right now that I'm gonna actually go ahead and go get her a nice bath, nice rinse. I gotta load up a few things. I got my coolant here. I got another thing of coolant there. Slap this back here. Got my other coolant right there. Can't forget this. And this thing is so loud. I forgot how loud this thing idles. Guys, I might have to put the stock exhaust back on because I don't know, she might be a little too loud for my comfort. Shout out to Josh for letting me borrow this. I'm going to tell you guys what this is right now, and you can see from the package, literally test your antifreeze right here. So what you do is you suck up, you let the car cool down, you suck up about halfway of the coolant to a mark, and I'm going to show you guys, and however many balls are floating determines what your protection level of coverage is. So like for example, I had 3 balls floating, so I'm only negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit, so I want to get to 5 exact. So that means pretty much what it means right now is, since I did, and I should have never used distilled water, but I wanted to pretty much flush the whole system out. So right now what it means is that I'm covered to negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. There is still water mixed in the block and the radiator, so my coolant right now is pretty much mixed with water. So I want to eliminate as much of that water as I possibly can. So today I have to go over to the shop. I'm going to drain out some coolant, re-add some more coolant in, and hopefully get that mixture to I want the 5 balls floating, so negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Absolutely gorgeous day out right now, guys. It's like 35 degrees, sunny, not too cold. Officially at the wash, guys. About to get this baby cleaned up a little bit, you know, with all the salt on the roads and the rain. It's hectic, man, especially on a black vehicle. So hopefully this $12 wash will make an improvement. Alright, let's see how this thing looks, guys. Hell yeah, look at this thing. Way cleaner than it was. Dude, this thing was shot. Look at that, look at the rinse. Probably should have waited to wash this thing because the road getting in here is just completely shot. Like, look at this. Just getting to the shop right now. I gotta get this thing in one of the bays. I'm gonna see which bay. Let's see what we got going on in here. Make sure I got enough room and stuff. So we have, I'm gonna put it in, you know what, we'll put it in this bay right here. So I'm gonna let this thing cool off real quick because I don't feel like draining the coolant when it's hot, because that stuff really does get like extremely hot and there's a lot of pressure in the system still. See if there's still pressure in the system here. Just slowly. Alright, we are good. Do not go and turn it all the way because it will blow up in your face. Just release it slowly you'll hear the air start to seep out of the system, and then should be able to pull it off. But as you can see, I got the coolant right there up to the neck. So all you do is literally take this rubber hose type thing, connect it right on the end, and suck some coolant up. So as you can see right here, that's a little more than halfway, but there's about 3 balls floating, and we want the other 2 to be up top. So you could tell too, if you're looking at this coolant, if you're looking at the coolant, there's definitely water in there still. So at least it's distilled water, but it is the winter time, guys, and I want to be on the safe side, so I need to make sure that, you know, all this stuff is out of there and that it's just strictly type 2 coolant. So I'm going to go ahead and drain the radiator now, and then I can add in, I only have 1.5 gallons, so as you guys can see, I have some of the coolant draining out. I'm only going to drain half of the radiator because I only have about 1 gallon. So I have this coolant out that's about 1/2 gallon or so, I would assume, and I'm not gonna waste this stuff. I'm actually gonna, you know, either give it to somebody else to use. My dad said he already wants to use it. So even though it has water in it, it's still protected, but I want to just make sure everything is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and refill the radiator up halfway. Took about, yeah, 1/2 gallon of coolant, just like I drained out. Now I'm gonna fill the coolant reservoir up to the max mark and then start the car, pretty much bleed the air out. Also guys, whenever you do like a coolant job, whether it's like a radiator or a water pump or a thermostat, always make sure that when you re-add the coolant, you know, you can use distilled water to flush the system out, which is what I did, but my system was so clean I almost didn't even need distilled water. But make sure that you have your, you know, your ratio right. Make sure it's, you know, there's not too much water in there, because the block can freeze over if there's not enough coolant in there and probably end up leading to other issues. So make sure that is good. That's why you can get that tester, as well as always open the cap up when the car is cooled down after you do a big job and add coolant as needed, and pretty much just check for any leaks. So I will see you guys in the next video. I don't know when it's going to be, but stay tuned for that. I have a bunch of stuff to fill you guys in on, but I'm going to wait until the next video. Yes, I should have did a water pump, but when that starts leaking, I guess I'll just have to redo a water pump or whatever. So also I'm thinking about doing a timing chain tensioner. That's going to be a pretty sick do-it-yourself. I don't know like anybody who really has it, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm doing the research, I'm studying right now, so it's going to be a complicated job in a way, but hopefully we'll get this thing good to go. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and remember, never stop wrenching.